Alright, good morning everybody and welcome to Battletech. Now this is a game set in the Battletech universe. You'll probably be more familiar with other title names from the universe, such as Mech Commander and Mech Warrior. Mech Commander is what this is kind of based on. It's the strategy element of the universe, as opposed to Mech Warrior, where you're stomping around first person in the mechs. Mech Commander was a very long time ago. I looked up the release date. It's something like 1998, or I don't know. I remember playing it when I was like 13, and it was one of my favorite games at the time, so I hope they have done this really well, because I'm going to be getting some serious nostalgia. If you're interested in the Battletech universe, there are a lot of books to read. There is a lot of history. I believe this is set in the Third Succession War, which will mean absolutely nothing if you've not read any of it, and if you have, then that should hopefully mean something to you. It's been a very long time since I've read any of it, though, so there may be some mistakes in things I say, but I will do my best. Anyway, we're going to be taking a look at the campaign. I haven't got any limitations on the fact this is a press build. You know, there's nothing I can't show you, so we will hopefully see everything that you will see when you get the game in a few days, if you choose to purchase it. So, let's get underway.
I am Kamea of House Urano, High Lady of the Aurigan Reach, Protector of Coromadir, and the Sword of Restoration. But I am not a hero, no matter what the stories say. A hero would have sacrificed more, compromised less. A hero would have done better. You know this, of course. You were there. My father used to tell me stories about the ancient times, about the Star League, a golden age of prosperity, upheld by the great mech warriors of old, guardians of the innocent, protectors of the peace. I always dreamed of following in their footsteps. I was too young to see the truth of things. After all, it wasn't heroism or a noble cause that won me the throne. It was hiring a mercenary, skilled enough, perhaps ruthless enough, to carry the day. Hiring you. I still don't know if you fought for honor or for the thrill of it, for belief in my cause, or just in my money. But whether it was your noble heart or mercenary mind, your actions gave us hope. That makes you a hero in the eyes of history. Whether you believe it, that's up to you.
Alright, welcome to the Aurigan Reach. The Aurigan Reach is a small kingdom in the RimWorld periphery, a region of space that lies at the outskirts of the more densely colonized inner sphere. So the inner sphere is sort of like Earth and the surrounding systems that got colonized initially, and is home to, I think it's 5 houses that like beating the crap out of each other after the Star League collapsed. Actually, what are these coloured in? Ah, it tells you. There you go. So the inner sphere is a region of space within about 500 light years of Terra, which is going to be Earth. It's divided into between 5 successor states to form the Star League. Why do I need to remember stuff? It tells you. This is great. I love it. Yeah, this region is the heart of human civilization and culture. Beyond the inner sphere is the periphery. It's home to the Aurigan Coalition. The Aurigan Coalition is an interstellar state in the Aurigan Reach area of the RimWorld periphery, bordering both Capellan and Taurian space. Growing out of a trade partnership in the mid-29th century, the Aurigan Coalition was formally established in 2910 by High Lady Kiona Arano. In the past 100 years, the coalition has grown from 4 systems to a total of 23. Federation organized around the parliamentary monarchy and ruled by the Arano family. For 3 generations under the rule of House Arano, the Aurigan Coalition has remained a relatively peaceful corner of the periphery. It is here your story begins. As you can tell, there is a lot of lore if you're interested. If you're not, I'm fairly sure you can just play the game, really. Alright, decades ago your family came to the Reach from. So these are the 5 houses. I don't know what the Magistry of Canopus is. It's one of the major powers in the RimWorld periphery. Aurigan Concordat is the strongest military in the RimWorld periphery. So I'm not too sure what difference picking these makes. I'm guessing there's actually quite a bit of story going on in the game that will depend who you're from. Someone's asking what houses, what is this Game of Thrones? Game of Thrones came a lot later than this. This was around long before Game of Thrones was a thing. Okay, deep periphery. Basically uncharted space. Okay, so this the Star League Defense Force, when the Star League fell, which was the sort of combined entity, all the defense forces fled off into the deep space, and I think they came back as the clans. Some of the Mech warrior games, definitely you'll see lots of mentions to clanners. So I'm going to go with that. Okay, you're of noble birth. Though immigrants to the Aurigan Reach, your family soon established a comfortable presence in a small backwater system on the edge of Aurigan space. By the time you were born, your family had become the de facto ruling nobility of the system's only inhabited planet. You were the oldest child, heir to the family's titles, ancestral battle mech, an old Blackjack BJ-1. Which is... So, Blackjack BJ-1 is equipped with both long and close range engagements, a pair of AC-2s, which I think is autocannons, is backed up by 4 medium lasers, lending the mech a powerful alpha strike, while jump jets enable the Blackjack to move to high ground at a moment's notice. Okay, this is where you met Raju Mastiff Montgomery. Very British and not British name, all in one go. A veteran of the Succession Wars, whom your parents hired on for a season to train you as a mech warrior. Raju was a strict but capable teacher, and you quickly became a skilled pilot under his tutelage. I'm guessing this is him. It was an uneventful life, because stomping a giant mech around is totally uneventful by most people's standards. Right, till the day after your 16th birthday, when you were exiled. So what does this do? Okay, so we're picking our stats. Looks like you get the Blackjack in all of them, and then we need to see what these are. So gunnery. Gunnery determines your chance to hit with ranged weaponry. Higher skills and an effective counter. Oh, higher skill is an effective counter to evasion and environmental effects that hamper targeting. Tactics increases the effectiveness of cooled shot opportunities. This is one thing that I really love about the Battletech universe, especially the Mech warrior games, is the locational damage. So if you fire a giant laser at someone's arm, you damage just that arm. You can just blow the arm off. Like, you could take someone's leg out and then they're sort of hopping, and you take out the other leg and then they're just on the floor crippled, but still able to shoot the direction they're facing. It's so that they've put that in, I'm happy with that. What else we got? Piloting increases melee hit chance and base sprint distance. It also improves the threshold of stability that triggers unsteady. Increase the maximum level of evasion possible from movement. Blizzard in chat says he was reading John Hawkwood's Memoirs of the Italian Wars, and it's very easy to see how that influenced the Battletech mercenaries. Yeah, I think they drew heavily from history when they made this universe, but it's very in depth. There is a lot of good reading, and definitely the older games I loved. Not quite so convinced on the latest Mech Warrior. Alright, Guts. Guts improves the maximum health of Mech Warriors, also reduces the penalty from weapon recoil and increases the threshold of heat. That's significant for me because I always used to like putting things like large lasers and, was it PPCs? Basically energy weapons on my mechs and suffered horribly from overheating. So we may want to, instead of going with the background choice, go with the stats choice. But exiled on your 16th birthday is a bit like, why would you be exiled on your 16th birthday? What have you been able to do in your 16 years that gets you exiled when you're the ruling nobility? Struck out on your own seems likely. Family went bankrupt, possible. Died in an accident seems very cliche. Actually, it's very medieval setting and houses and things. I'm going to go with your family was betrayed. So your family was betrayed and its seat of power destroyed. You defeated the betrayers, but you were the sole surviving member of your house. With nothing but your family's ancestral blackjack left to call your own, you set off to make a new life for yourself. Alright, out on your own, you fell into a life of an Aurigan Coalition soldier, a frontier pirate, a Solaris gladiator, sounds fun, an Inner Sphere mercenary, frontier freelancer, or a merchant guard. I like the sound of gladiator. So you took your skills as a mech warrior to the famed arena planet of Solaris 7. There you eked out a living as a gladiator, fighting for the crowd in minor arenas, getting by from paycheck to paycheck. Right, until years later you crossed paths with Raju Mastiff Montgomery once again. You were a low-level champion, down on your luck and one bad fight away from the gutter. Till Raju heard about you, he trekked all the way to Solaris to offer you passage back to the Aurigan Reach, and a job in House Serrano Royal Guard. So it is that you find yourself reunited with your old mentor, preparing your ancestral blackjack for guard duty on the coronation day of Lady Kamea Arano, which is the woman from the intro. Oh boy, we've got to pick ourselves as well. Okay. Whoops. I can spell my own name. Yeah, what do we want to look like? Hang on. There we go. Now we customize. Oh wow, okay, this is in depth. Was not expecting. That'll do. I'm getting rid of that tattoo though. Much paler, much more realistic. That'll do. Okay, so your character background. Yep, so we've got 4 in gunnery, 2 in piloting, and 2 in tactics, and a 3 in guts. So we're good at shooting stuff, we're not very good at piloting, and our tactical know-how is questionable. So he's a sit back and shoot character, I would guess. High Lord Tamati Arano II is dead. The Aurigan Reach is left in an uncertain crossroads. Once prosperous, it is now a kingdom in decline, surrounded by powerful neighbors. Lord Santiago Espinosa, brother-in-law to the late High Lord, is convinced that the slow-moving Council of Founding Houses must be dissolved. The proposed directive would conscript their house guard and centralize power under a single throne. However, the High Lord's heir, the Lady Hermia Arano, is determined to rebuild the Reach without transforming into an authoritarian state. She refuses to enact her uncle's directives and has rebuked his vehement pleas to reconsider. On the morning of Lady Arano's ascension to the throne, her loyal captain of the guard, Raju Montgomery, makes preparations to escort her safely to the coronation process that awaits in Cordia City.
Command interface initiated.
Right. Here's the actual game. Have a zoom in. So that is a blackjack. Okay, Malakith, I had Espinosa refit yards rush the repairs on your blackjack. Looks like it's all in one piece, but we should run some diagnostics on it just to be sure. Standard field tests, you know the drill. Basically, the tutorial. More importantly, though, I want to tell you more about the job I brought you here to do. Now do me a favor and get that battle mech moving. Let's see if there are any kinks in the actuators. Alright. Click on a mech warrior's portrait or press tab to cycle between available units.
I'll come right out and say it, kid. I wasn't completely honest with you the other day. There's gonna be more to this job than escort duty.
Well, they've actually got some voiceover. That'll save me some voice. Okay, so you pick where you want to go, and then you pick the angle to look at. I'm gonna go that one. Yeah, I brought you here because there's something wrong in the capital. It's been too quiet since High Lord Tamati's funeral, and I'm worried about Lady Kamia's safety during her coronation procession. Anyway, looks like your actuators check out. Let's conduct a weapons test. Target one of those burnt-out old urban mechs and open fire.
Like I was saying, I can't prove anything. But my gut tells me something's off. And a warrior trusts their instincts.
Okay, so as you can see, these are the various armor panels available that you could target potentially. These are the stats. So he's entrenched, he's guarded, training target. So alright, and these are all of our weapons. So we're firing 2 medium lasers, an auto cannon which has ammo, another medium laser, another auto cannon, another medium laser. Your hit chance, you got your damage, melee, DFA. That's probably death from above. I think you jump and land on things. Maybe. Anyway, fire!
All weapons committed.
So left leg. Left arm,
Enemy
left torso.
Destroyed.
So it's round based in case you hadn't. Right, I've been training Lady Arano since she was 14 years old. She can be naive at times and proud, but I have no doubt that she'll be just an effective ruler. It's nice to see her safely to Cordia City. I'll rest easier once she's in the capital with her cousin Victoria by her side. Lady Victoria, well, she's only been training under me for a single season, but she's already shaped herself into one of the strongest mech warriors I've ever seen. Reminds me a lot of you, truth be told. Anyway, we should run a check on your targeting computer. You see that drone over there, the one moving through the tree line? Put some hurt on it for me, and then when it turns, take it out with a rear angle shot. After it's down, we'll keep moving.
Kamia's like a daughter to me, and her late father, High Lord Tamati, was a good friend.
What's this? Weak against melee. 25% damage reduction from ranged attacks to the front and side because it's in cover. And forest reduces movement and spotting distance and provides cover. Cool. Okay.
All weapons committed.
So he's very tanky from the front.
Victoria pulls no punches, but she's been a loyal companion to Kamea since they were kids. Aside from you, there's no one I'd rather have by my side in a fight.
Now we got some rear armor shots. Yeah.
Enemy unit destroyed.
Yeah, nice shot. Now I don't know how familiar you are with the Aurigan politics, but the Reach was badly shaken by Lord Tomati's death. It needs a smooth transfer of power, and Kamea belongs on the Cormorant throne. Go ahead and fire your jump jets, kid. I want to see you descend that cliff face. Aim for that patch of ground there near the edge of the lake. I suspect the lake is significant because jump jets use a lot of heat, I seem to remember. Killing myself many times using jump jets. I'll look across the lake because there is something on the other side.
Engaging jump jets.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's the heat bar. And now we're glowing.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Jump jets build a lot of heat, and that was more than your engine could handle. Head on into that water. We need to get you cooled off.
Going for a tactical dip. Yeah, warning. Plasma leak detected. Jump jet malfunction. Jump jet systems damaged. System inoperable until repaired. Guess we won't be using those then. Oh, for the love of all the gods, this is what I get for insisting on a rush job. Not that I had much of a choice. The Espinosa refit yards were backlogged like you wouldn't believe. Looked like they were trying to process every single Royal Guard mech in time for the coronation. There isn't any time to get your jets replaced, so we're going to have to make do without them. Go ahead and take that mech down with a melee attack. I want to be sure nothing else is going to break down on your blackjack before we take it out on the Cormorant Road. Okay, so the heat has dipped off a bit. See this bar here, down here as well. Yeah, melee attack. Ignores evasive. It removes guarded, deals damage and stability damage. Oh, he's in marsh. Units in marsh gain 50% stability damage reduction from all attacks.
Engaging physical attack.
Oh, we headbutted him with the cockpit. I'm sure that's not the safest thing to do. Especially when this looks particularly glass. Larger mechs have arms. You generally see them use them as opposed to whatever the hell that was. Alright, good hit. At least that's solid. Alright, one last test. I want you to take your blackjack up to a sprint and evade my attack.
Push that engine, kid. If something goes wrong today, I want to know that your mech can maneuver.
The further you move, the more evasive charges you will gain. Each evasive charge makes you harder to hit. You're moving faster, so you're harder to predict. Oh. Charge!
Full throttle.
He had a shot at me and missed. Alright, congratulations, your blackjack's as combat ready as it can be given the circumstances. For what it's worth, I hope that my suspicions turn out to be unfounded. I'm sure they don't. And we end the day having a good laugh about what a paranoid old man I've become. But if not, then I know that you'll be ready. Alright, it's time to move out. Lady Arano is waiting for us at the mech bay.
An impressive display, Sir Raju. Of course, this mech warrior was a student of yours. I'd expect them to know their way around a cockpit.
He's got a Mastiff. Oh, that is Mastiff. Got a Centurion. So here's what I was talking about with arms. I mean, look at that. Got a nice big armor plate on it and a claw to grab things. Far more likely to be doing melee stuff.
Full throttle.
Yeah, Malakith, allow me to introduce Khmer Arano, the soon-to-be High Lady of the Aurigan Coalition. Lady Victoria on this channel. Apparently she is. For the time being, my father has summoned me to Picton Docks. I have a fleet inspection and a tour of the family refit yards to preside over before the coronation. Behold the responsibilities of a noble daughter, a fount of tedium that never runs dry. I know the feeling, cousin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be responsible for the entire Reach. Give my best to your father and don't be late for the tourney. The gambling dens are already taking bets on how long it'll take me to cripple that customized monstrosity you pilot. Oh, because that's the first thing you do as a ruler, is beat the crap out of your noble siblings in a tournament. Aren't the leaders meant to watch the jousting? Bold words, cousin, but the only victory they'll be celebrating is mine. You may be ascending the throne today, but my cargo is more than a match for the family heirloom that you call a battle mech. And in the arena, I reign supreme. I wonder what their family heirloom battle mech is. We'll see, cousin, we'll see. At any rate, I will see you at the tourney grounds. So Raju, I'm ready to go when you are. Overland along the Cormorant Road, as is the Arano tradition. Which means you're ripe for an ambush. I think we know where this is going. I come here, we'll get you there in one piece. Malakith, fall in behind me. I remember what I told you.
Mission successful.